Hi everyone, in this week's video I'm really excited to be sharing how I pack like my makeup, skincare, and toiletries for going on a trip. I'm showing you what I'm packing to take to the beach, but I also recently went on a work trip and packed some similar things just on a much smaller scale because that was just like a 3-day trip and it was for work. But I wanted to share the different like bags and things that I use, how I pack things, why I pack certain things, and kind of focus that around the toiletry, makeup, and skincare areas of packing. So if you want to see how I pack and what I use to pack those things, then just keep watching. So as I said, I am currently packing and getting ready to go on a week-long trip to the beach. I'm very excited. So the first thing I want to share is some sun care. So I have this little clear bag, sun. These were like kind of hot last year, these little letter things. I got a couple of mine on Amazon, so I will link them below. But it just helps make it really clear like what goes in this bag is sun related things. So it is mostly sunscreen. So I wanted to share some of the sunscreens that I'm using and that I like. I also keep in mind that when I'm packing most of this stuff for myself and my husband. So our favorite sunscreen that we both use mostly on our bodies is the Neutrogena sunscreen, the Ultra Sheer Dry Touch. So we have three. We are prepared between the two of us to have three of these, and I always get a pretty high SPF, like 50 or above. So they had these at Target, or 70. So that's what I'm packing, three of those. And then I have some like other small little things in here because I am more particular about the sunscreen that I put on my face. So at the beginning of every day, especially at the beach, but I try to do it consistently at home as well, I use the Naturium Dew Glow sunscreen. This is SPF 50. But this is not usually what I have with me if I'm down at the beach or at the pool to like reapply if I feel like I need that. So this is like what I would bring to the pool or the beach. So I wanted to have a couple of face items in here just in case. So I have a few, and some of them are just little samples, which is why I threw them in. This one is a tinted one. It's a Pacifica Glow Baby Super Lit Lotion SPF 30. This is tinted. I don't love this one, but I want to try and use as much of it as I can before it expires. So I just threw that in there, and whatever I use is what I use. I have a couple samples of the La Roche-Posay Athelios sunscreen. So I have a little packet, SPF 60, so that would be good for like one face use. And then I have two little sample ones that are both, these are SPF 50. And these are a mineral sunscreen. I like these, but I was kind of shocked and a little disappointed when I was at Target the other day looking for sunscreens. I knew I was gonna get this for body, but I was like, I like these because I've had a couple little samples of these before. And when I looked, like a full size of this is like $40. Now, don't get me wrong, sunscreen is super important and everybody needs to wear it consistently and protect yourself. But $40, I was like, I don't think I can do that. I can use this on my face. I can use cheaper things on my face. So that was just disappointing. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping. I also have a little sample of the e.l.f. Woe Glow. So this is like the glowy sunscreen. This is only SPF 30, but I kind of thought this would be okay for like reapplying if I want a little bit of glow or putting this on. Even though it's glowy, you don't need like a mirror, like it would rub in and then you would just look a little glowy. So those are just kind of the main sunscreens that we use and that I pack in this little sun bag. It also just helps everything stay organized. Like we know that what's in here is sunscreen. Like I said, I literally just keep this in our pool bag or beach bag. It just stays in there. And then you know that there's always sunscreen. If somebody else is down by the beach and it's like, oh no, I forgot my sunscreen, I've got plenty. So that's why I like to have that bag ready to go and packed. And then another bag that I have with the same little lettering is this bigger one that just says stuff. So you'll see me pack a lot of these in some clips that I have filmed of me packing. So in here, this is just kind of the miscellaneous toiletries, skincare, things that you need that don't really fit into my smaller bags. So for example, I have in here this Prequel spray. It's kind of bigger. I didn't feel like decanting it into something smaller. This is the hypochlorous acid spray. I like to use this, especially if I'm going to be sweating a lot or working out. So I want to make sure I bring that. I have some hair things in here. So I've got like hair ties and some hair clips, and then like a dry shampoo. I'm just bringing a big one. Since we're driving, I don't need to worry about having properly sized containers or it not taking up room in my suitcase. So I'm just gonna bring my big thing of Batiste instead of spending money on a small one. Sometimes I think buying travel size items is a waste of money. And then you already saw my other sunscreen that I use on the daily. That is in there. I have my deodorant. My favorite is the Dove Dry Spray. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that. I have my travel toothbrush. And then I have this hair cream from Day that I like to use, especially at the beach if I'm gonna be like maybe getting a little sweaty or wearing a hat. This hair cream can kind of help before you get out there to like put it in, like smooth down some flyaways, kind of keep some control. So I wanted to bring that. And then I have some prescription skincare. So I have these pads that my dermatologist gave me, so I'm gonna pack those. And then I have this prescription cream that is for like eczema and psoriasis and stuff. And so both me and my husband use this occasionally. It's really good. Like sometimes I'll get a little bit of a rash from the friction of my watch band when I get really hot and sweaty. And so if I put some of this on, it pretty much takes care of it right away. And then my husband needs this as well. So it's never bad to have that with you if you can. But again, it's nice to have kind of a bigger bag like this to put the bigger items in. Like I could pack this in a suitcase, but at least in the bag, it helps it stay a little more contained and organized. So that is why I have that. So again, I will link both this and the sun bag below. I think I bought them either at the same time or like from the same place where they had different sizes and words that you could put on them. So those are just really fun to have. Definitely not necessary. I don't want to push too much consumption of like buying a bunch of bags, but this is just what has worked for me, and it's taken me years to kind of figure out what bags work best for me for packing and traveling. So that's that. So now let's do some more miscellaneous toiletries, but this is mostly going to be like skincare and then like dental and like bathroom stuff. The first one is this one, and I bought this one on Amazon as well. My sister bought it and said that she really liked it. Everything in here is TSA compliant, it's clear, all the things are the right size, and I like that they're refillable. So that's why I bought this. So you'll see me pack this here. But what I put in here is I always decant like my bigger shampoo and conditioner into here. I've got some body wash, some face wash, and these smaller ones back here. And then I have my Neutrogena moisturizer in one of the tubs. I have my dark spot corrector serum in one of the smaller little tubs. And then in the two spray bottles, one of them is my cellar water, which I marked with an MW on the bottom. The other is my makeup setting spray. And then also to fit in this little bag, my vitamin C serum fits in here, as does my ordinary lash and brow serum. So I definitely, like I said, I sometimes feel like buying travel size things like shampoo, conditioner, body wash. It's just a waste of packaging and a waste of money. They're overpriced. I know it's convenient, but I am okay to do this, especially if I'm driving somewhere. I'm using what I already have. I'm not spending more money, and then it's just all still the same routine and items that I'm using. I'm not switching it up while I travel. In this next other clear little case, this is kind of where I put some overflow items. So just to go over what I threw in there, I have some face towels. This was one of the items that's in my things that I'm going to stop buying in 2025, but I already have them, so I'm going to use them up, and travel is a great time to use something like that. My skin gets a little more sensitive after flying or being in the car for a long time, so having a clean towel to maybe clean my face with that first day or two might be really helpful. I then have my washable little rounds in here. That's what I use like my cellar water for, things like that. I have a little travel size of my e.l.f. Makeup melting balm. I've got my lip mask in here. I have a little travel size of eye drops. This is a prescription that I need for my toenails. So that is in there that I'm supposed to use every day. I also have little individual packets of makeup wipes. I got those from hotels that I've stayed at recently, so I thought this was a great time to use those in travel in case I need those. And then I have some mini toothpastes. Again, I'm just using what I have. I get these from the dentist whenever I go, and we just had a couple. And again, I'm packing for both me and my husband. That should be enough toothpaste for a week. for both of us. And then I also have my floss in here, and then some of my little eye patches. That is on my kind of body care project pan for the summer. So I put some of those in there. Maybe I would be willing to use those on this trip. So just some extra things, miscellaneous, that just fit better in this smaller bag and to keep track of. So that's what's in this. And again, I will link to both of these on Amazon as well. And they are both TSA compliant because they are clear in the right size. Another thing that helps us pack together is this medicine case or whatever you call it. I've seen these a lot on like Instagram and stuff, but I have two sizes. This is the big one. So I have like my vitamins in here. I am a baby and I don't like taking pills, so I take gummies. So I have those, but then I also have things that we both might need. So I have some Tums. I've got some like pain relievers. So I've got some like BC powder. That's what I prefer, and some ibuprofen. We've got some Pepcid for some extra antacid if Tums aren't enough. We've got some allergy pills over here. I ran out of another one of my vitamins, so I'm gonna go try and buy that before I leave, and that would go in here. And then in here, my husband can put any extra medication that he needs to bring. So it seems big, but it all kind of stays together. And then when we get somewhere, we can just put it out and we know that this is where all of our extra medications are that we need while we're gone. So I will link this below as well. Again, it comes in two sizes or multiple sizes. This is the big one. And then I also have a small one that's like half this size that I use if I'm just traveling by myself for work, and it has fewer, smaller compartments. And so it's just better for like shorter trips. But yes, I will link that below. And then finally, you will see me in a couple minutes or a couple seconds pack this makeup case. I have talked about this before. Again, this was kind of all the rage a couple years ago on Instagram and from influencers, and I bought it maybe like after kind of the hype wore down a little bit, but I will say it works really well. I love it. I like that when it's zipped up, it is still kind of more of that square shape. It has that structure. So if you're putting it in a suitcase, it will kind of fit in there squarely, but it also has a little handle if you just want to carry it, or you can throw it in a bag with some other things and it just kind of fits. But then when you unzip it and you get somewhere, everything stays in there because of how it is shaped and zips up, but it can also then just lay flat on your counter and there's all your things. So it holds a lot. This is not even a lot in there. Okay, so just to show you quickly, I kind of tried to show most of the items, but in case you missed some of it, I'm bringing two like kind of base products, these bronzing drops from Uncommon Beauty, and then my Lumi Glotion. Definitely will want that at the beach, along with my little e.l.f. primer for the days that I want that. And then I'm just going to bring this tinted hydrator from Wet n Wild. I know I don't want something that's super full coverage. I am bringing two powders, my CoverGirl powder. It's in my project pan, so I want to keep using it. But then I have my Mini Kosas Cloud Set powder, which I love, and so I just want to bring that because it's a mini and I haven't used it in a minute. I decided to bring my Tower 28 cream blush. It's just so pretty for this time of year, so definitely want to be bringing that. I brought my Hourglass palette, which is also my project pan. And then I don't know if it'll happen, but I might actually finish the bronzer in here very soon. So I wanted to bring my other bronzer, my Fenty bronzer. It's a little darker than my other bronzers as well. And since we're going to the beach and I plan on getting some sun, I might be ready to have a darker bronzer anyway. So why not bring it? For eyeshadow, I usually, when I travel, if I bring the palette like this, I'll just use some of these as some light eyeshadow. But for nights when we go out to dinner or something, I'm just going to bring the Charlotte Tilbury quad that I have in my Shop My Stash. Super pretty shimmery colors. And then I brought my Tower 28 concealer. And then a bunch of the like liners and stuff are all like pen style. So let me pull all those out. So I'm bringing my lifter gloss in Sun. I feel like I actually have made good progress on this. Like it's like halfway done, but that's perfect for this time of year. My mascara is going to be my Hourglass Unlocked mascara. Love this so much. Looks great on my lashes. Favorite mascara. I've got my two brow products, my e.l.f. brow pencil, and then my Essence brow gel. And then I'm going to be bringing 3 lip liners. My Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. This new to me one, the NYX Duck Plump lip liner. I bought it in the shade Nude Full Lip. So I want to bring that and kind of use it more. And then I'm also going to bring my Makeup Forever lip liner, which is currently in my purse, but that's my project pan. 2 eyeliners, liquid eyeliners, a brown and a black. And then a waterline eyeliner from NYX, this like rose gold one. So I think that is good for the makeup. Again, I'm going for a week and we're going to the beach. So unless we like go out and about, I'm not really going to be wearing makeup on the regular. It's just going to be if we go out to do something during the day and I want to throw something on, or the few nights that we're going to go out to like a nicer dinner, I want to have some options. So we're keeping the makeup kind of minimal, but now that we've chosen the makeup, that's going to determine what brushes I need to pack. So let's go do that now. So the other part of packing makeup that you need is brushes. So I have this little brush travel case. This is truly the perfect size. And again, I like that it's structured and that it zippers so that they stay closed and stay in here and don't flop about. It holds all my brushes. I think the longest brush I have is a Sigma brush. This is the large angled contour, the F40. So it's kind of a longer brush. Like, let's see if we can compare it. Like here's a Real Techniques brush and here's a Sigma brush. So you can see it's quite a bit bigger, but this fits in here like perfectly. So I just like that these all stay contained in here. And then I'm thinking, since I didn't completely fill this, maybe the brush case can also fit in here. Yes, that is perfect. So it fits in here, so then that kind of keeps it all contained as well. Great. So I will link both this case and the brush case below. I think this was on sale recently. I got a notification about it, so I'll link it below. This brand, it has different sizes of these cases in different colors. This is just the size that fits brushes really well, and I kind of like that there's a little window. So yeah, so I will link both of these below. And then last but not least, this is not like toiletry related, but another little travel bag that has worked out well for us is for like our electronic cords. So it might look a little big, but it actually stays very flat. So it's easy to like put on top in your suitcase as the last thing, or if you have a backpack, it can kind of slide in like a laptop or a book would. When you open it, it just has all these compartments for cords. So again, I pack all of this for my husband and myself. So we've got 2 different types of plugs, one for a USB and one for, I don't know what it is, whatever the like skinny one is, that. So yes, we have both of those because some of our chargers have the USB in, some of them have the skinny one. We've got like the chargers for like our Kindles, our phones, the iPad that we might bring. But then I also wanted to share this like portable charger thing that I bought like a while ago, and it actually works pretty well. So it's compact, it can fold up, it's magnetized, so it packs into this little square. But you can unfold it, you put the charger cord in there, plug it into the wall, and then this is how you can charge. It works mostly for Apple products. You can just set your phone down and it will charge on here. Set your watch down, your Apple Watch, it'll charge on there, and set your AirPods down and it will charge on there. So I always bring this too. It's good because I can charge most of my things all at once on this because I have all Apple products. But then I still bring the extra cords because my husband does not have Apple products. So if he needs to be charging something at the same time as me, we might need 2 sets of cords. So it just kind of helps keep all of that organized, and then it helps me check off while I'm packing that I have packed a charger and a cord that will match everything that we're bringing. So I will link this below as well. It has been really handy and helpful the past few times we've gone on trips together. So that was a lot, but I just wanted to share what has been working for me travel bag wise and kind of how I pack some of those things. It is a lot of bags at the end of the day, but again, we're driving, not flying. I'm packing for both of us. We're going on a week-long trip. We're going to the beach, so we're gonna be using a lot of toiletries. I always use more when I go to the beach because I'm getting hot, I'm getting sweaty, I wash my face more. I wanna make sure I have plenty of sunscreen. I wanna make sure I'm protecting my face. I wanna make sure that if I do get sunburned or I get a little rash, that I have things to take care of that already with me. So I hope that made sense. I hope it was helpful. Maybe you saw some little bags that you would like. Again, I will have them all linked below. I'm super excited to go to the beach. Leave a comment below of where you're traveling to this summer, or if you've already been on a trip, let me know where you went and how it was. I hope everyone is having a great summer so far. staying somewhat cool. It's getting hotter where I live, but you know, we're making it work, spending some time at the pool, wearing our sunscreen, drinking lots of water. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you're updated of all of my upcoming videos, and I will see you all next time. Bye.